to the area to help launch Jewel 92.5 about 5 or 6 years ago, but I was raised in nearby Cumberland, so I had been a part of the community growing up, and then I left for 20 years, and thankfully I'm back. I've been in broadcasting since the age of 14. Now, I won't reveal my actual age, but let's just say it's been a few years that I've been involved in radio. Definitely chose. I consider myself to be very lucky. I knew what I wanted to do at the age of 5. By the time I was 11 years old, I knew the college I wanted to attend, and getting through high school was challenging for the simple fact that I just wanted to move on and follow my career path. For myself and those from my generation, back then there was no internet, technology was limited, not as many channels, so what a lot of us used to do when we got home from school is we turned on the radio. We used to listen to the radio doing our homework and what have you. And I had a number of mentors and radio announcers that I used to listen to, and I think that's where the dream sort of developed. In the beginning, it was basically about music. I loved music growing up as a child, loved announcers, loved how they would share stories about the songs they played, but my career took several different paths. As you know, things in life happen from time to time, and we have to reinvent ourselves and take risks. And I'm very glad that I took the number of risks that I had to take. I guess so, in a way. I know some people have asked me, have you taken any vocal training? No, nothing like that. I'm a terrible singer, by the way, so you don't want to hear me sing. I actually joke that part of me projecting comes from a fear I had as a child, which was the fear of my dad yelling at me and projecting too much. You know how sometimes parents would raise their voice for purpose and all of a sudden kids would listen? Oh, I would listen. So when my dad's voice would project, I listened and it scared me. But I think deep down inside, it stuck with me, and maybe that's why I am who I am and can project and do what I do for a living, which I love. Oh, my daughter, definitely. I know sometimes when I talk to Amelia, or if I'm in a hurry or something, I'll say something very basic, but it will come across as very almost demanding, or that I'm angry. So I know in the beginning when Amelia was small, she would say to me, "Are you mad at me?" And I would say, "No, I'm not mad at you. Why would you say that?" "Well, it sounds like you were yelling." So now when I'm off the radio, if I'm doing something with my daughter, I'm very soft-spoken. The radio business now, I would say, is more competitive now than it was 10, 15 years ago. And regardless of the size of city, obviously larger cities like Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, they have competition from other radio stations. Even in small communities like Clarence-Rockland that only has one radio station, the competition is there, and the competition is satellite radio, is people listening to their personal music devices. What I often say to a number of people who will ask me, quite frankly, do you think radio is going to die? And my answer is radio will never die, because people need that local personal touch. You can listen to satellite radio for your favorite songs, but satellite radio, regardless of the channel you listen to, will not tell you about what's going on in your community this weekend, what the area service clubs are doing, what key summer festivals are coming up. Satellite radio won't give that to you. Radio can, radio will, always has. And the one thing about radio too is it's immediate. If something happens, we can cut in right away. A bit of both. I know when Jewel 92.5 launched, like any new business, you have to reach out to the community. You have to earn their trust. And I found personally, over the last couple of years, more people will reach out. And I think more people reach out because they see what the radio station and what I personally do, they see the effect immediately. Prime example, we talk about social media, Facebook and technology. I know there was a food drive not that long ago in Rockland, and I ended up stopping by for something else and asked, how's the food drive going? Sadly, the organization said, we only have one canned good that's been dropped off. I was surprised. It was ending in, I believe, 48 hours, so I had offered and suggested, how about we shoot a video, post it on Facebook, talk about it on the radio the next day. They thought it was a great idea. They didn't really know if it would work, but we tried it. The next day, I got an email saying that that hamper was full. So obviously, talking about what's important in the community, how it will benefit residents in our community, working with your local media partners and myself personally, it's a win-win for everyone. I think you have to be open, and you certainly have to be honest. As a radio listener or a television viewer, the consumer knows. The consumer can read behind what a person is saying, and they know if that person is sincere or genuine. And obviously, I call it a marriage or a relationship. In a relationship, you have to earn trust, and that takes time. And it's the same mantra that I live with and that I run with. When I meet someone new in the community, whether it's a service club member or what have you, obviously I'm there to help them out, to help out their association, but it takes time for them to see, once I commit to an event, what I will do personally for that event and that cause. I certainly reach out to a number of individuals to share their story, to empower, to educate, but also to showcase a local cause, a local volunteer. Definitely, to me, it's all about networking. And networking can be something as simple as talking to friends, even talking to classmates from your college or university days. Definitely, my daughter is my passion in life, as it is for all parents. She's my drive, she's my determination, she's the one that keeps me going and keeps me focused. So my daughter, definitely, passion, drive. I also have a passion for documentaries and movies. I've always had an interest in film and movies, and not just as a movie watcher or a movie goer, screenwriting, production, what have you. And documentaries, probably over the last 5 years, the doc bug, as I like to call it, hit me. And I think it's because as we get older, learning becomes something different for us. Documentaries to me are not only entertaining, but also educational. So I spend a lot of time when I don't have my daughter every other weekend, watching movies, watching documentaries, and what have you. I certainly do. From mistakes that I made when I was younger to things that I did with my parents when I was younger. A lot of those memories come out every other weekend when I have my daughter. And the one thing that I've noticed is it's that quality time that you spend with your children or grandchildren that they remember the most. Every other weekend when Amelia and I are driving to what I'd call our daddy-daughter adventure, she will relive things that we've done 2-3 summers ago. From spending time at the beach to remember Dad when we went down that really, as she calls it, hilly road, things like that. But if I were to ask her, what did you get for Christmas as a gift? She probably wouldn't remember as fondly as she remembers spending time with me and us doing things together that doesn't necessarily have to cost an arm and a leg. She's going to be 6 very soon. She's 6, going on 13. You know, a little bit of attitude. To be a good listener. To be a good listener, to be, and to me, this is part of the success that I've had over the years, to be a sponge, to listen, to absorb opinions, ideas, and then formulate your own opinion and idea after you've heard everyone else's side. I know, and this may surprise you, growing up and even now, people at work know me probably better than most people. I was extremely shy growing up. I still am. I'm extremely shy. When people see me out at events, they assume that it's second nature for me. I get butterflies still. I think it's the adrenaline. But a few things there that I would pass on to my daughter for advice through her successes in life. One thing, and I think I've gained this experience from mentors and from talking to people, and also something as simple as age, I just push myself to do it now. I don't fixate and worry so much on what someone may think. And sadly, what a lot of people do is they worry what the other person will think, and generally they're thinking it will be negative. Who's to say that person who's observing you, watching you, regardless of your profession, what they may be thinking is, wow, what a great job, what a great idea, as opposed to he, she did this wrong, they said this wrong. I'm myself, and I always find that just be yourself around people and don't sweat the small stuff. Life's too short, have fun. My background in media, actually, I spent 18 years behind the scenes as a manager for a large corporation. And that could be the reason why, but you are correct, a number of people get into media to feed their hunger for ego and stardom. To me, the cause is the star. The listener is the star. The business owner is the star.
Sure.
I'm just a navigator. I've always believed in that. My job is to turn others into a star. I'm not the star. Once I turn the others into the star and make a cause or event a success, deep down inside, I'm the star. But really, it's all about them. It's never about me. I would say so, and obviously more learning on the way and maybe more mistakes, more challenges, but to me challenges always make us stronger and make the end results more positive and hopefully more successful.